And we are live. Hi guys, I'm back for another watch along tonight. It is England against Iceland in the Nations League, and we've got a guest on. He's back, not for a third time, not for a second time, but the third time in a week. I wonder who it is. It's that man, Loudmouth BFC. Loudmouth, how you doing, mate?
Hi.
How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad, mate. How are you? Thank you for having me back.
Very good. I'm very glad to have you on. England tonight against Iceland. We've watched the last two games, a 3-0 win and a 2-0 loss. We were outstanding on Thursday, we said. Sunday, lost 2-0. We were unfortunate. Tonight, a different kettle of fish. What do you think about the game tonight, even though there's nothing to play for?
Well, it is pretty much a dead rubber. So we've had a win, we've had a loss. It's going to be a draw.
Yeah. We've had a win, we've had a loss. I am listening to you. You're trying to catch us out. What he does, he thinks I'm not listening. I know your games.
For anyone that's joining, we're going to play COD Vlogs Bingo. So whenever he says 100%, that's a shot of your choice. Or fucking hell, people are going to be pissed within the first 5 minutes of this game.
Or if you swear, or if you swear every time.
Oh, Jesus!
Or say the yes man, because that's a popular one for you. Oh, the yes man, man.
Yeah, I do like using that phrase, a yes man. Yeah.
But
either way, I think looking at the starting lineup, if we talk about the starting lineup, like you said, there's two changes to this starting lineup. It's still a strong lineup, with obviously Maguire and Saka coming into the starting lineup. I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit surprised that Abraham's not been given a start. Not
really had any minutes, has he, for England yet? He came on last Thursday.
Not really. Obviously, Chilwell's injury couldn't have been that bad if he's on the bench, but it depends if he comes on. But I was very disappointed with him against Belgium the other night. Again, there's a couple
of again.
Yes. You know, Grealish had a fantastic game. You know, me, you, and Lee watched the game together, and we all said who would you be your man in the match, and Grealish stood out head and shoulders above everyone else, and. You know, I just really hope that he can cement a place in this team going forward now. But the thing is, you'd think, the yes man, there's a drink. Southgate played for Villa, and he was there for a few seasons as well. Now, I'm not saying that he should be biased, he should give him a loving and all that lot, but you'd think that for someone who has come through, you know, like the ranks, and he has come on leaps and bounds, who was due to join Spurs and obviously turned down a contract because he saw the light. He saw that Spurs were shit.
I'm not raising to it. I'm not raising to it. That's not happening.
I'm going to throw it in. I'm just going to throw that in. Look, it's called COD Vlogs. I'm going to throw that. Go on.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, it is a strong lineup, and it'll be interesting to see what mentality we back with. It's a dead rubber. It'll be all. Are we going to leave like you said, last calendar game for England? Are we going to leave on a high? Are we going to leave on a low? Or are we just going to leave like, well, this was a load of shit?
Exactly. And I'd tell you something, lad. I'm surprised if you've not already cost yourself a tenner at Spoons yet, if you're up in Scotland, because you'll be paying for shot by shot when Matthew's speaking. If we let him dig any more, lads, you won't be able to make, kick off. But again, England's are one of those sides. I like the way that Phil Foden's coming to the side for Henderson, and Chilwell's come out for Saka. Both are injury based. So would they have started if they weren't injured? I know Winks came on the other day. It is good to see Foden get a start, and Grealish again out wide. Kane up front again. He's not been too good for England the last few cups. So I was surprised maybe Calvert-Lewin or even Tammy Abraham got a start like you've just alluded to, but it does look 3-4-3, doesn't it, Martin? Walker again at right back, Maguire's back. Oh, Maguire's come back in. I think it's for Ming, so that would be the other change because he was suspended. It does look like the foundation of a good team. Out of this now, England's best team going forward. Forget the injuries. Obviously, Trent's injured at the minute. You've got Gomez injured. Would you say this is England's best team going forward?
Oh, it's hard to tell. It is really hard to tell based on Are you saying based on form, like who's available?
Yeah, based on form, who's available. Obviously, they've been there, they've done it, and they've been kind of decent for the club. Obviously, we lose Kane, not been good enough for England, but he's been good in the Prem. You look at Foden, he's been good for City, not really had a chance with England. So I think, yeah, we'll base it on form and ability as well. Out of that team, the formation that they're playing, is there anyone that should be in that side?
Well, you'd obviously got to look and you'd say Sterling is obviously a big player, but it's difficult though, ain't it? It's so difficult being England manager, and he's got a tough task on his hand. I wasn't overwhelmed when he was appointed, but if he feels the vold and he does something, then we'll go with it. So I'm going to sit on the fence, if being honest with you, mate, and saying this is this the best we've got at the moment? Because I think maybe someone else might come in and do a better job.
Oh yeah, I agree. And a bit of a fighting talk. Well, Lee, let's be honest with you, mate. You've got just under 3,000 subscribers. I've got over 5,000 subscribers. So yeah, we'll let that one do the talking.
And we're off.
Yeah, there we go, guys. Leave your score predictions down in the comments. Interesting to hear yours. What's your predictions? As obviously the Nations League is on today. Israel plays Scotland, Wales, Finland, Republic of Ireland against Bulgaria, and then Northern Ireland against Romania. What is your score prediction for this England game against Iceland? Will it be a repeat of the Euros? Will it be a repeat of when we played them 3 months ago when we beat them 1-0 through I think it was Raheem Sterling penalty? Who would you go? What score prediction would you go for?
I want to be confident, like I always am, and I'm going to go 3-0.
I'm going to go 3-1. I think England will concede, but the last few games, I think I've gone for 1-0, and then I went for either 2-1 or 1-0 at the weekend. I think we'll win by 2 goals tonight. I believe that. With Maguire back, it's a boost defensively. It is. You've got a leader there. He's not been great for United, has he? But he is a leader when it comes to England, and he got his goal last week. That'll help him massively. But it's always interesting with England. They can't finish bottom of the group. They can finish second in the group ahead of Denmark. If Belgium beat Denmark or if Belgium draw to Denmark and we win, we finish second in the group. Going forward, do you think that this will be a confidence boost for England, or is this just a nothing game and it's just to get me through to the weekend, really?
It's a nothing game to the likes of me, you, and probably the rest of the nation following England. But for Southgate, he would look at this like this is an achievement. So it's one of those things, ain't it?
That's the thing. But were you surprised at the lineup tonight? Being out, do you think he'd feel a similar lineup to the one he fielded against Ireland, with Calvert-Lewin in, with Mings in, with Keane in, with Saka in? Like those youngsters. Obviously, Saka's only in because of an injury to Chilwell. Even though I think he's done well since coming into the side. Were you surprised at the strong lineup he's put out?
No, because he wants to leave the end of the year on a high. So I think I don't want to say he's not taking it seriously. I think he's taking this game a bit more cautious than he was against against Ireland. So he's put out a little bit more of a stronger starting 11 with obviously loads of options on the bench to come on. I do think that we will have enough to beat them over 90 minutes. And I don't think Iceland it's not going to be like it was last time we played and Iceland beat us. I don't think it's going to be anything like that. I don't think Iceland are as strong as they was last time out.
Well, we did play them in the Nations League, obviously in this competition a few months ago. It was the 5th of September that we played them, and they were decent. They were solid. They were hard to beat at the back, and they were better than England on the day. England were awful on the day. They are just doing the national anthems, but like a stat for you, I think every name for Iceland, Matt. I wonder if there's one playing tonight that ends in son. They all end in son. Like, I think for Denmark, it's Sen, isn't it? But, like, I can't wait to see the team lineups and just see Son.
We should have named that one of the drinking games.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. But I'm interested to see England start. I want a win, obviously, but 5 at the back against Iceland at home. Do I agree with it? No. But are we going to be playing a back 3 in the future? Probably yes. We are, aren't we? So do you think it's good for that? Just kind of getting used to a back 5 again? And would you prefer another centre half at right back instead of Walker? Would you prefer a proper centre half by trade, or do you think Walker's done a good job there?
No, you need a centre half for centre half. They might be able to fill in one game, maybe half a game, but not a constant going at it. It seems like the 3-5-2 or the 5-3-2, whatever way you want to call it, depending on what you've got, fullbacks or wingbacks. This is the formation nowadays that pretty much everyone is using near enough week in, week out. It was a 4-4-2 for centuries, years and years. You might get the odd one or two teams that mixed it up, 4-3-3. Then, the 4-2-3-1 came in for about a season or two, and then that got kind of shunned, so to speak. And now it's kind of like the 3-5-2 or the 5-3-2, and that seems to be the team or the formation that a lot of teams set up with. So you just need to be smart and break down a team that can play theoretically with 5 at the back.
I agree. I agree with Iceland. I felt when we played them, they were holding on for what they've got and trying to get us on the counter attack. You can't automatically do when you're playing 6 or 7 defenders. I think with a back 3, in my opinion, if you are going to play a right back, it doesn't work in a back 4, but in a back 5, it might work better. The only good thing is with Walker, he's got pace to cover that. But for me, you need 3 centre halves by trade, even if it's Mings, Key, Maguire, or Maguire, Stones, Mings again. You feel full of options. England centre half options, they're not too bad. But if it was a case of lack of trade, I'd understand. But England have got comfort in the centre half position, haven't they?
Yeah, but ultimately, the centre halves we've got now are not as good as what they have been in the past. Football's always adapting, football's always growing. So you'd expect players to get better and improve and go to the next step. But it just does not seem like it's doing that with us at the moment. We might have 1 or 2 good individuals, but as a collective centre half, I could sit here and name a few more that I personally think are better than what's in the starting 11, in the squad, and what's on the current availability chart at the moment. The thing is, we're not producing world-class centre halves like we was 5-10 years ago.
That's the problem. You look at John Terry, Jamie Carragher, you look at, those types of players. Sol Campbell, I know obviously I don't like him because of what he did went to Arsenal. Which, again, no. They came back, won the league at White Hart Lane. But again, they are good players in the Premier League era, and they were stalemates. But I don't think we're quite as bad as what we were 10 years ago. I watched a friendly when we played, I think it might have been Hungary. It was 10 years ago. And we had 2 centre halves, Michael Dawson and Phil Jagielka, which have we improved from that in Maguire, Mings and Keane? I don't think
do you know what? That's actually a good question. That is a very good question.
Can we just go the Iceland team? They all have Son in the last name in the first team. I'm not even going to try and pronounce them, but the only ones I recognise is Goodmanson and Behalverson and Sigurdsson. Sorry, Matt, go on.
No, I was just about to say that I thought Jagielka was a very good centre half. Michael Dawson on the other hand, not as good, but he was a stable centre half. So I think,
and he tried.
Well, he wasn't the worst, but looking at what we've got, I'd probably put him in the same category of what's available now. But I'd say Jagielka was probably a little bit better than what we've got available now. Because what did Harry Maguire go for to Man United? 80 million?
£80 million. I think it was a record for a centre half at the time.
He's not worth fucking 80 bob.
It's true though. It is true. You look at kind of the legends that were in 10 years ago. How much if Maguire was on this form and how he was at Leicester? How much do you think he would have gone for 10 years ago? 20 million? 15 million? Do you think it's just kind of the inflation of prices?
It's always been like that, though, ain't it? To buy an English player or a player in the Premiership to go to another Premiership club, it's always been expensive. That's why a lot of people, in a way, shop abroad, just because you can probably get the same player of of same quality or maybe even a little bit better quality for cheaper. It's always been the way. Chelsea was one of the first teams to field a all foreign side or not one English person in the starting 11. And then I think Arsenal followed suit and people criticised them for it. But you can't really criticise someone if the market's cheaper and then a better quality of player. You're not gonna play. I mean, just for example, Arsenal spent 9 million, I think it was 8-9 million on Francis Jeffers. Now you're thinking, oh, okay, he's keeping it English, a young England talent. Nothing, absolute nothing. So it just goes to show that they're not always the right deal just because they're English.
I agree. And you look at the Championship, a lot of players do come from the Championship. Ollie Watkins, he went for, what, £30 million? If he was in the French league or if he was in another league, say like a Bulgarian league, obviously I know he did well in the Championship, would he have gone for £30 million if he was French or in a different league? I don't think he would. I just think because I don't think he's even that young Watkins. I think he's only about 25, 26. But I just say to myself, would he have gone for that much? And I agree. Look at Norwich, where they do their business. They do a lot in the Bundesliga, the second division, don't they? That's where they brought Buendia from. That's where they brought a lot of the talent from for cheap prices. Brentford have done it kind of League One, League Two. We are underway. Are you underway on yours, Matt?
Yeah, just about to. Yeah, now we are, yes.
Brilliant. You're only about 3 or 4 seconds behind me. But I agree. I just think kind of the difference is the league, and because they're English and they're from here, they're going to sue and they'll go straight into our reserves. Do you kind of follow suit on that?
Well, as much as it fucking pains me to talk about Ollie Watkins, because I think he's a diving, cheating cunt.
Oh, Exeter.
No, it was out when he was at Brentford when he dived against us. When it was against Barnet in the FA Cup.
The FA Cup and you drew 3-3.
Yeah.
You should have won that game.
Well, if he didn't cheat, mate, we probably would have beat him in the the original game instead of going to a replay. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to say there is a talent there. It pains me to say it because he has got ability, but because he's a cheat, it defeats the object and takes away all the hard work he's worked hard to do. But you're right. If he was playing in the French league, you could probably knock off 10 mil, and he's probably worth about 20. Or you just knock off. Being English, as what people have always said, you stick on an extra 0, and that's what it comes down to. So you've got players like Harry Maguire going for 80 million, where theoretically he's probably only worth, I don't know, if you want to push the boat out and just say 30 million max. He's not worth.
I agree with that.
So,
sorry, go on, Matt.
No, I was just going to say, so I just want to bring in, so just for example, Grealish, okay? At the moment, he's doing really well, young talent, he's thriving at Villa, he's showing what he can do in the England squads as well. What's it going to take him away from Villa? Now, no disrespect to Aston Villa, they probably would accept an offer from a generous club who give him something silly. What would the asking price be for Grealish? 1, if it was in the Premiership, or 2, if it was abroad?
Exactly. And talks are ongoing with a double raid for Douglas Luiz and Jack Grealish for City for £100 million. And Grealish is good, but for me, I don't think he'd leave Villa. I really don't think he'd leave because he's captain there. He's adored. He supports them. He's a fan's favourite. He gets goals. He gets assists. But
see exactly everything you said. I agree with, but the only thing that I would throw out there is Matt Letizia.
Oh yeah.
Far too loyal to Southampton. He single-handedly kept him up pretty much the whole time. And if he left and went and joined again another team that was challenging for silverware or whatever, who knows what he would have won? He probably would have played a lot more times for England. I think he played 1 cap.
7 caps, didn't he?
Was it 7 caps?
7 caps. I remember in Harry's Heroes, you were saying it was only. Played 7 times for England.
7 times. So there you go. So it's like if he went to, just for example, a bigger club, bigger reputation in England, who knows what he would have won, what he would have achieved. But he stayed loyal to Southampton. And I'm not saying, look, I'm not a Villa fan, so I don't care if Grealish stays or goes. But Grealish needs to be very careful not to fall into that trap. I'm not saying that Villa will be that type of team. But when you've got these bigger teams knocking on your door, Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, all of them who I'm just throwing out there that have won silverware in the past and everything. If one of them come knocking, he might go, do you know what? Okay, I turned Tottenham down first time round. They've got a brand new stadium. They've got an ex-Premiership winner there, a Champions League winner there. Mourinho, do you know what? I think I've done all I can at Villa. I need to progress now I need to lead to progress my own career.
And we're just talking about Jack Grealish, a lovely little bit of move, good trickery in the box. I think he feeds it into Mount, and Mount gets a shot where it's blocked into the goalkeeper. But that's the thing with Harry Kane as well. How long does he stay at Spurs? How long does he give it before he wins a trophy? Now Mourinho's there. Everyone questioned because of that famous saying from Merson just over a year ago, Harry Kane won't score goals in a Tottenham side. I think he scored pretty much an average of 0.9 goals a game. But how long does he give it until a club comes in? And I don't know with Harry. With Jack, there's always been interest, and there has been bids that have been rejected. I don't know if there's ever been a bid for Harry Kane because he's never really been reported. Do you think people are put off because they don't think Spurs will sell? Or I think with Spurs, no amount of money can replace Harry Kane, in my opinion.
Well, there's always options out there. It depends, you might go for a different type of striker than Harry Kane. I personally don't think he'll ever leave Spurs. I think he's settled. He's a family man. He's got 3 young kids. He's come through the ranks. Originally being an Arsenal fan.
Did you see that Piers Morgan thing yesterday? Do you want to go back to your roots? And you went, absolutely not.
I can't see if he does. I think he might stay in England but move to another team. But I can't see it. I don't think he'll move abroad. Just talk about Bale quickly. He went to Real Madrid for 100 million. What was that? 6-7 years ago. England on the attack on chance. Saka looks like it's offside in the end.
Good movement though, wasn't it? Great movement.
Nice work by England.
We moaned about fullbacks, didn't we? Just before we get back into that, we moaned about fullbacks the other day. If you're playing a back 3 with wingers, you need your fullbacks to get up. Saka's done that already 2 or 3 times. Chilwell didn't do it at all, did he? Or Trippier didn't do it at all. It's good to see that from a young fullback.
No, you're right. All Chilwell did for me basically was get to the ball, the byline, and then just whip a ball in. He didn't run at him. He didn't drive at him. He didn't try and take him on. He wasn't really dangerous enough, and then he got injured and came off. And I'll be honest with you, didn't really notice him when he was on the pitch. Didn't really notice him when he was off the pitch. So yeah, Saka, he's younger. He's eager to play, and by all means, he's gonna grab the ball by the horns and absolutely go for it. But other than that, yeah, just to go back to Gareth Bale, I mean, how much did he go for? 100 million?
Yeah, it was about 80 to 100 million pounds. It was 2013 he went.
So now, just looking at that, if Real Madrid, just for example, Real Madrid came in for Harry Kane, straight away, Daniel Levy would go, right, I want 200 million. Would anyone pay 200 million? Why no. Iceland on the attack? No, gone for a corner.
Good clearance. He's 27 now. He's probably at this moment in time in his prime years. They are normally, you've developed, you've got all your skill, you've learned, you've got your experience, you've been to a World Cup, you've been to a Euros, you've had a good season, you've had your ups, you've had your downs, you've had your injuries. You've probably learned that, and the next couple of years, 27, 28, 29, before he kind of is back, he's kind of the tail end of his career. That's what it feels like with Harry Kane. And
the thing is as well, Harry Kane needs to be realistic, and he needs to ask himself the question. He needs to ask his missus the question if he's thinking about leaving. Like you just said, he's 27. I don't know how long until he's 28. He needs to ask himself the question: how long is he going to give himself until he wins a trophy? Because he can't spend all his career at Spurs banging in goals left, right, and centre, and he's got nothing to show for it. Maybe a golden boot here or there if he ever wins one, but collectively as a club. You know what I mean? This is where he needs to be realistic now and go, right, let's just say, right, I've just turned 28. I've probably got 4 years max playing at my peak at the highest level. I've got 4 seasons in me. I need to win something in them 4 seasons. What does he do? Does he stick with Tottenham? Or does he move abroad? Or does he move, not necessarily move abroad?
Yeah, that with Kane, The thing is, you said like Matt Letizia was too low. Obviously, he's getting caught for England, and Spurs gave him that chance when nobody else kind of wanted him, and Arsenal let him go. They give him a chance for the youth team, good chance for England, Trippier offside. And you just think with Kane, and before you say he's not won a trophy, Spurs won the Aldi Cup last year, a pre-season tournament on penalties against Bayern Munich. So, and we beat Arsenal Cup, and we finished third one season. So
Wow. That's a trophy book right there to show your grandkids. Here, kids, come sit on my knee. Look at all the trophies I won. Oh, look, we finished above Arsenal once. Oh, we brought out a DVD for that. We won this Audi Cup bollocks, which is pretty much the equivalent to the Mickey Mouse shit. You know what I mean? Hey, look, there's me holding that up there. Behave yourself, Ben. He needs to be realistic and go, look, I'm 27. I've got 4 or 5 years left. How long am I going to stick around if this club's going nowhere? I could be a big fish in a small pond, or I could try and move somewhere like Gareth Bale did, take myself out of my comfort zone and see if I can actually do it abroad.
Yeah, I agree. And
I'm not saying go to Spain. He could go anywhere. Germany, France, Holland.
United.
Okay, yeah, there is that factor. But
the only club I can see him going to is United or City. I don't think he'll go Liverpool because he doesn't suit their style of play. I don't think he'll go to one of Chelsea or Arsenal, with them being Spurs' rivals, in London kind of. I can't see him going to any other club in the Premier League with anyone less than you maybe see, but they've got Vardy's just a little bit older. Than, the only one I can see him going to is probably United. Would City go for Kane? I don't think so, because when Aguero finishes, Kane will be 29.
I can't see him going to Man United because Man United are not the team that they used to be anymore. No matter what players they get in or management, I think Man U are done. They've had their success. They won't be a force for another. I reckon they're going to go like what Liverpool did about 30 years before they next win their trophy or a league, just because the game's moved, the game's adapted.
Yeah,
I think they're going to be so far behind.
Yeah, I agree, and they're still trying to play. Like, if you watch Solskjaer play, they just want to play counter-attacking, excited young players. And Gary Neville said it. Oh, we don't know what the difference is. Oh, those young United stars. So you look at United, you've got Greenwood, you've got Rashford, you've got Martial, who's, getting a bit older, but he was signed as a young player, a young prospect. I think he signed him at like 19. You look at Brandon Williams, you look at, Wan-Bissaka. But those young players, what have they got around them? Those young players at United, they had big players around them. Van der Sar, they had obviously Cantona, they had, these massive players, these great players, these leaders, United don't have that. They have, who do they have around them? Maguire, they have Pogba, they have Matic. There's no disrespect to those 3 players, but because I think Matic is quite good. But, you know what I mean? There's no real role models there, and there's no real quality there around those young players, and United focus too much on those youngsters. And there's a booking, I think, for Kyle Walker, Manchester United's rivals Man City. But I agree with you. I think United are done. As simple as that. They're done for years.
I think that was always going to be their biggest worry, is when Ferguson stepped down. And as much as Man United fans will probably go on and say he's a legend, he won this, he won that, he left you in the shit. He fucked you lot over before you fucking lick his arsehole. Yes, he left you with a title. He wanted to walk out on a high for himself, not the club, himself. He left you with an aging team and fucked you over.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Exactly. And it just kind of felt like, oh, if I carry on, my reputation might be daunted. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, in the last few years, were United the same? They won a couple of titles, but they weren't doing it in the style that they were. Do you know what I mean? They were scraping through in games. I remember some games they're just winning 1-0, they're winning 3-2s. And don't get me wrong, it's a sign of a good team. Liverpool have done it a lot in the last 18 months, but Liverpool play good football in between. And United just kind of got a bit lucky. But one thing I would like to talk about, obviously, back to the England game, Sancho not in the squad again today, on the bench. Bayern Munich, obviously he played for Chelsea when he was younger. How long do you think it'll be until he moves on? Because he's a young player. Again, starting up in Germany. Do you think he'll ever come back to the Prem?
We had this discussion last time. I think it was when we played Ireland. don't know too much about him. I've never seen him play to have an opinion to see if he's actually any good or not. A lot. What you are seeing now, though, is a lot of young English or British talent actually going abroad now, which is good to see. Because I remember years ago, there was barely any English abroad. I remember the only one that when I was probably around your age, maybe a little bit younger, the only one that I remember was Paul Ince playing for Inter Milan. Everyone else is playing in England. And then obviously you had the likes of David Beckham going abroad, and then obviously Michael Owen, Jonathan Woodgate, etc., etc. And then it kind of broadened out a little bit more, and it went that way. But you see him linked with Man United or Man City all the time. It's down to him, though. Where is he? Borussia Dortmund?
Yeah, Borussia Dortmund. So he's alongside, Erland Haaland, Goetze, those types of big players. I think Hummels is there as well.
So he'll probably stay there for another season or two, build up his own, reputation and abilities, and see where he goes from there. He might come back to England. He might want to test himself, or he might be happy living a lifestyle abroad, different way of life. And he might even get a move to another foreign country. So good luck to the kid more than anything, see how he actually goes.
And hopefully he just comes along with England. And obviously I don't think we're seeing him at his best for England. I really don't. But, I think he's young. He's developing. He's going to be one of those types of players. I'd love to see him how he does in the Prem, because I think the German league, don't get me wrong, there's some cracking players like Lewandowski, you've got Sane, you've got Haaland, you've got, obviously, I think Hakimi in there as well. But, how will they do in the Premier League?
Well, the biggest thing it all will come down to is the coaching. And I think that's why he's happy to stay at Dortmund. And that's why I can never fucking remember his name. The Haveland?
Yeah, Hoffenheim.
Is that how do you pronounce his name? That striker up front for him.
Oh, Haaland.
Haaland, thank you very much. Look, I watch Barnet, okay? The closest we get to a foreign name is someone from fucking Ireland or Scotland.
Yeah.
The reason why he chose Dortmund was because he said that it was going to benefit him growing as a person and a player. So I think it's all down to coaching more than anything. And I think Dortmund will coach them the right way. So who says he might not want to ever come back? But I think that's what it will come down to, is what the coach can do for a player.
I agree. And we'll just go to some comments, and we'll come back to our thoughts on the game. Hello, Mark Rooney. I hope you're well, mate. Hello, Arsenal Vlogs. Ericsson is linked with Arsenal. I don't think he'll go there. Probably United's defence. The defence lack leadership. Oh, the back four is like... I think I'd rather have the tweenies at the back four for United. I really would. Imagine Kane in the Bayern team. I don't think it would work. I really don't. I don't think him and Lewandowski would work together. Can't see Kane leaving Spurs. He's 27 now and will have no resale value. The thing is, I don't think resale value is important. So see someone like United, a quote for you. Now, Pulis, he wanted to sign Peter Crouch at Stoke. I think Crouch about 26, 27. He wanted to sign for about 5-10 million. Yeah, but what we're going to get back, we're not going to get a resale value. And Pulis said, he goes, you're not going to get a resale value on him, I can promise you that. If Crouch stays with us for 5 seasons, he will keep us up in the Premier League. Simple as that. And will Kane go to United and win a league? Or will Kane go to United and win an FA Cup? Or will Kane go to this club and make them win something? I think that to a big club is more important. And you saw with Crouch at Stoke, his goals kept Stoke up. As soon as he left, I think they went down. I think the season... I think these one of his last seasons at Stoke where he was past his best, in my opinion, 34, 35, still a cracking player. He kept him up. But going back to the game, we're 18 minutes in now. Loudmouth almost England got the ball. What's been your thoughts? It's been quite a quiet game, no real shots on target. Both teams testing the waters.
Yeah, we're pressing really high. I don't even think that Iceland have been in their half more than twice. We are camped in there pretty much final third, which is good. We just need to make sure that we do something with the ball when we've got it, which we have now on the wide. We need to play it in instead of pissing about like we do. Look, now we're going all the way back now. So
and Iceland get the ball and they can counter-attack.
Well, they could do. Obviously, Iceland looking like they want to congest it for us, frustrate us, which is obviously one of the game plans they've got, which is fair enough.
Iceland got it out wide. put the ball in the box, cleared out. Sorry, Matt, go back to you now.
Well, no, they're just saying, and Iceland are passing it around. That was a nice bit of passage of play there. They've passed it around nicely there. Now we need to counter-attack and do something. But while we're building up our play, just talk about the whole resale value. This is a good question. Who looks at the resale value? Is it the manager or is it the chairman? Because if it's the manager, then the manager's not personally, I don't think, because I wouldn't ever look at that, is looking at what's best for the club.
Yeah,
to me, if I sign
you just want the short-term gain of winning a trophy, and then if they win trophies, they win the job longer.
Possibly, but with me, obviously doing my coaching and would definitely like to get into the game, I wouldn't look at a player to try and sell them on. I'd look at a player to sign them to help me win something. So then, if they want to move on, that would be the thing. But if I sign a player, it's like when you buy a brand new car and people go, don't ever buy a brand new car. As soon as you drive it off the forecourt, you lose $2,000. I couldn't give a fuck if I lost all my value in it. I'm not looking to sell the fucking thing as soon as I drive it away. It's my fucking car.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's what annoyed me. It's like, don't buy. So what am I meant to do? How am I meant to get about? Buses, 20 minutes in, we'll come back to that in a minute. England have got a free kick. It's taken. It's whipped in. Headed on, and England have taken the lead. It's Declan Rice. It's that man, Declan Rice. We will pause it so Matt gets level with us. But it was a great header, wasn't it, Matt? And England in the lead. It's a good ball in. And England in the lead, Matt. Declan Rice.
Yeah, if you watch the replay back, I'll be honest with you, I was very disappointed with that ball played in. I thought it was weak. I thought it wasn't that high. But no one's running with Declan Rice. Look, he's gone on his own. The weight of the ball is perfect in the end, but as soon as that ball left his foot, I just thought, oh, for fuck's sake, we've wasted it. But he's pretty much got a free header.
That's the problem. That's the problem for Iceland. It's like, would you get that against Belgium? You probably wouldn't. But I don't care. England are in the lead.
Well, that's it. It looks like it's come off his shoulder as well. So it looks like he's completely missed the header and it's come off his shoulder. But you take it. You don't care if it's come off his backside as long as it goes in the net. We said this though, didn't we? We've said this before. You set up your team against different styles that you come up against. You're going to come up against some with fantastic quality. You're going to come up against some with a bit poor quality. You set up in a way that you think is going to make the job a lot easier or get you to win. That's how I set up with my coaching as well. As England are on the counter-attack as well, Grealish plays it out wide to Harry Kane.
Great movement. There we go.
Holding up the play to Saka. Harry Kane about to
We're just updating the scoreboard, guys. Matt will keep you in the loop for now.
Ball's played into the box. Saka's free. Bounced away. Grealish couldn't hit on the first. He's played it wide.
It's it.
Saka! Oh, wow. That's a great
reaction
save by the keeper. That's a good reaction save.
Kane, being greedy.
I don't think he knew much about that, the Icelandic keeper, but he's done really well there. They are struggling to clear their lines at the moment, Iceland. Very struggling.
There we go. The scoreboard is up. Great move for the goal. We're a bit lucky, I'll be honest. But who cares? England are in the lead. And again, going back to that chance, Matt, I think was it Mount with a fresh air kick back into Grealish. Grealish does so well to pull it back. And does he pull it back? Is that back with Saka?
Yeah.
Back with Saka and Grealish, in my opinion, have been the two shining lights of this international comeback, really. And again, good movement. It should be 2-0. I don't know how the keeper saved it, but it's one of those. You get a bit of luck sometimes when you're in goal.
Of course you do. And, and you look at a goalkeeper and think that's his bread and butter. They've got to work on their reactions and how they train and set up. And if they get something on it, it's a great save at the end of the day. And it's one for the cameras, and then they look fantastic and they can end a naught on their end of their price tag. If they get beat by a weldy, you've got to just give it to them and say, fair enough, the keeper could have done nothing about it. But no, great reaction save. Iceland look a little bit lethargic. They look, in all fairness, they look very unfit.
Look tired, don't they? They look kind of, they do look lethargic. They look a bit weak. And I love look how they played in these last few games, Iceland, because we look sharp when we last played them. We looked a bit, kind of just a bit tired, a bit leggy. And I know it was the start of the season in England, but Iceland, they did play on Sunday. They lost to Denmark 2-1. And then they played against Hungary last Thursday and they lost 2-1. They've actually lost the last 4 games. Lost to Belgium 2-1 before that and 3-0 to Denmark. They beat Romania before that, lost to Belgium and then lost to England. So they're not in great form, Iceland. Do you think that could have anything to do with it? Kind of. I know they're not the greatest, but do you think form is kind of not helping them?
Of course, it's all about confidence, ain't it? You know, a lot of footballers are confidence players and they need that confidence. Why Grealish goes on a mazy run, taking on about 4 players. And the end product, unfortunately, was quite poor. Yeah, they've just, like you say, they've lost 4 in a bounce. They're currently losing their 5th as Grealish plays into Mount. And
Grealish got it back again, back into Mount.
This is nice play. Very nice play from us on the edge of their box.
Great play on the edge of the box. Pull back. It's now with...
Go on. Yes.
The ball. Harry Kane. Harry. Yes! 2! We're going to win the World Cup. We're going to win the World Cup. There we go. Southgate, you're the one. You still turn me on. Football's coming home again. Oh, God. Football's coming home, lads. We're winning 2-0. It's marvellous football. It's pass after pass. Saka ball in. Kane misses the header. It falls. I think it's Mason Mount who slots it into the onion bag past the goalkeeper. It's 2-0, Matthew.
A fantastic play by England there. They're just literally knocking it about like they're not even there. Great little finish under pressure. The amount of Iceland bodies that are there, you'd expect them to clear their lines and do better. But brilliant play down the left-hand side. Grealish and Saka and Mount. Fantastic work there between all 3 of them.
Outstanding, mate. Outstanding. We kind of... Mount playing a bit before this? No, he wasn't. He's playing now, playing the best football he has done in years. In my opinion, and he's got a goal he scored against Belgium as well.
Well, you know, he's a young project coming through, and we're definitely interested to see how he gets on. But just going back to, like to say, with the Iceland thing, yeah, of course, you know, they're staring their 50 feet in the face at the moment, and that confidence is not going to be good for them. Where at the moment, we're winning 2-0, 25 minutes played. Confidence quite high for us at the moment, which everyone's going to be buzzing over. We need to just make sure that we keep on top of the pressure. Don't let Iceland in. Don't give away any stupid and sloppy free kicks or balls or misplayed passes. Just keep on top of it, and then we'll be fine and we'll be walking away with a victory.
There we go. Updated score. Rice and Mason Mount on the score sheet. And we talked about confidence and we talked about them looking lethargic. We've seen Grealish get into enormous positions, put the ball across. Would he have done this if he was out of form? No. And I know Jack Grealish is one of the best players in the Premier League. I've said he's in the top 10. I think he's in the top 5 at the moment on form. But at this moment in time, he's looking sharp. He's got 5 assists in the Premier League. I think he's got 3 or 4 goals. And he's took it into England. And again, even though he's not scored or assisted, he's creating chances, isn't he? And again, form can just be everything really nowadays.
Of course it is. That's the difference between a world-class player or an average player, you know. As they say, form comes and goes, class is permanent, and that's what it comes down to. A player will always dip in and out of form, no matter what. No matter what player they are, they will always dip in and dip out. But they will always have that class about them and that ability. It's just about, obviously, riding the high when they've definitely got the momentum and trying to keep going until they get back into the swing of things. And right now we're doing really well as we play the pass across the edge of the box with Saka on the ball, playing it into Harry Kane. He has a shot just over the bar.
Very good movement for Harry Kane. Again, he didn't really look like having a good opportunity the other day. And Mark, I want to know what your thoughts on Phil Foden are. Obviously, Man City fan growing up. And again, he's looked decent. He's been a bit quiet, but when he's got the ball, he's always looked to play a forward pass. And that's simple as a footballer, but Winks, Rice, Henderson, I don't think that's their game. I really don't think that's their game. But Foden, that's the only thing he has in his mind, to get the ball into transition. And I don't mind Declan Rice. I don't know about you, Matt. I really don't. I think he's a good player, and I've said that. But I just don't think him and Henderson work together.
Well, Henderson didn't have a good first half against Belgium when we played them, and it was rightly so that he got carted off at half-time. And I hope that was the reason why Southgate brought him off, because he wasn't performing, not because he necessarily picked up a knock or something. So I really, really hope that was the reason, and Southgate was man enough to do it because of that. But you've got to give players the chance and the opportunity if they want it in there succeeding. Years and years and years ago, we just kept picking the likes of Gerrard and Lampard and Scholes week in, week out, even when they wasn't performing. And then you had someone like Hargreaves who was knocking on the door, and no one gave him a chance. Everyone writ him off. And then he had one of the, I can't remember if it was a World Cup or Euros. He had one of the tournaments of his fucking life, and he outshined them all. And then all of a sudden, everyone's like, right, he needs to be playing week in, week out. And unfortunately, he didn't do it enough. But it just goes to show that based on reputation, we have picked the wrong players over years because of either who they play for, and maybe there's been, like I said, the old yes man drink. They don't want to upset the camp. They don't want to upset the camp. Gary Neville wasn't a very good footballer. He was bang average.
Yeah, but he was solid.
But yeah, he wouldn't be a Cafu or a Daniel Alves, but there could have been better options. But because he was best mates with Beckham, Beckham was England captain. I'm not saying that was the reason why he got picked and everything like that, but it does come down to sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. You know, and I'm not one saying that Gary Neville was shit because of obviously what he won with Man United, but there was other options available. But it just sometimes comes down to the reputation of the player.
Thing is with Gary, I love him as a pundit. I think he's brilliant. But as a player,
and there's a chance.
Good chance. Here we go. Go on, Maguire, you little dancer in the box. Puts the ball forward. Good save. The keeper made 2 good saves again. It was a good ball. I think it's still Foden who makes a run. Maguire like again. It just shows you Maguire's been awful for United. He played so well against Ireland last week. Has a great game. He gets on the edge of the box. Was that Maguire or was it Rice? I think it was Maguire on the edge of the box. It was a good ball forward to Foden. Good running. England have got a corner map. Good play. But going back to Gary Neville, there was probably better out there at right back. But because he played for United and he looked, okay with better players, I think that's why he got in, because they were winning games. If he was playing for, say, a Burnley or an Everton or, those sides at West Ham or Newcastle, those sides that don't win every week, that kind of win, draw, lose, would he have got picked? I don't think so.
Of course, that's the way it comes down to. We've hit it on the mark a couple of times. It comes down to reputation, and we can talk about that even with the whole vlogging community. The teams we follow, we might not get to that peak because of the reputation we follow. People have said a few times, if you supported a bigger club, you would do a lot better than you are. You'll be noticed a lot more than you are, etc., etc. But it should come down to your talent and ability, not what team you follow, not what team you play for. But it doesn't, unfortunately. People overlook it and people think, just for example, he's playing for Accrington Stanley. Oh, he's shit then. Can't be any good. He's playing for Accrington Stanley.
Exactly. And if you look at the players that have come through, Watkins was at Exeter 4 or 5 years ago. Vardy was at Fleetwood. 4 years later, he's a Premier League winner. Do you know what I mean? It's like, don't underestimate the power. And we've said about players in that National League. There are some good ones. Obviously, Jack Taylor went to Peterborough. We both think he's a baller. Matt thinks he's going to win the Champions League in next year at this rate.
Mate, you put him in that right team and he will fucking go far. I'm telling you now.
And I think, if I'll be honest with you, I think if you look at a team where you want to go to for Jack Taylor, Peterborough was probably the right choice because they play good football. They play 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. They play with kind of a good midfield and good attacking players where you can get the ball to. And they've got a good history of buying from a lower league, getting like a player maybe from a top league that, low on confidence and getting him back up to speed. Look at Ivan Toney. You look at Maddison. They've had some ballers over the past, but do you think he'll play for England one day, Jack Taylor, maybe? If he gets in the Premier League soon enough?
No, because he's committed to Ireland.
Oh, is he? Oh, God, I apologise. Mistake from me. So, a story, guys. I don't know if you know. Yesterday, Robbie Savage came down. I knew he was Welsh. Don't get me wrong. I knew he was Welsh because he was born in Wrexham. And there's been so many kind of ads. And I knew he played for it. But I felt like something came to me saying, I should ask him about what he felt like to play for England. And then I realised 5 minutes later, I didn't ask. I went, thank God I did. He's Welsh. I just remembered he was born in Wrexham. But yeah, we're 33 minutes into this game now. Matt, England playing some lovely football. 4-0. Iceland haven't really had a sniff. And what I like about how high the centre halves are pushing on. And again, Maguire into Kane into Grealish again. And Kane keeps on. Kane just there annoys me. He should have probably passed the ball there quicker than he did. And then I think it goes out for a corner. But do you think sometimes Harry Kane just needs to stop being as greedy on the ball and just kind of passing it and keeping the fluent football going?
It's the funny old age question, ain't it? You know, should they be more greedy? Should they pass the ball? But if you watch that play there, Saka should have had a shot, but he tries to put the ball into the box again, which probably, if this leads to a goal, weren't the wrong choice. Ideally, that when you're in the 6-yard box, you expect someone to pull the fucking trigger, wouldn't you?
And
Simple as that.
Saka is probably a failed winger, in my opinion. A lot of fullbacks are like, a good ball, lucky, good chance. Saka is a failed winger, so you would expect him. If you're playing wing backs, you want them to have a pop, don't you? If you're playing wing backs as a season, if you're playing 3-4-3 or 3-5-2, obviously you want your 2 front strikers being your 2 top goal scorers, a few from midfield, a couple from your centre half, from corners. But you want your fullbacks contributing 3 or 4 goals a year, don't you? I know with England don't play as much, but Saka, in my opinion, is probably the only fullback that can score from open play. Good play from England. England carve it open again. Oh, again, England again. Phil Foden. He's had a couple of openings there. He had one in the first start in about 5-6 minutes ago. And he's in again, mate. It was a lovely ball. I think it was Kane did well. And again, does the keeper, I think the keeper saves that.
Yeah, he's got a touch on that. He's got a touch on that. That's a corner.
It's a great save. He gets down. What, the keeper's made 3 or 4 good saves, hasn't he, Matt?
He has, at the moment, he's keeping their side in it because Iceland can't even get a foot on the ball. They can't even put 2 passes together. But let's not take away any performance praise from us because I feel like we've been excellent for the first 34 minutes of this game. The press has been phenomenal. We're closing them down. We're shutting them down. We are basically isolating them and not letting them play, which is very nice to see. But we should be able to do this against the bigger boys when it comes down to it. Like I said, I don't want to take anything away from Iceland with no disrespect whatsoever. Fuck your clap. But I really, but you look at teams like this, and on paper, we should be beating them. I'm not saying we should be beating them comfortably, but yeah, we should be beating them.
And playing well, playing good football.
We are playing really well, you know, and that's the thing. You know, you look at it and you go for the form table. We've already covered it, but to say that they're still on the down with 4 defeats, staring 5 in the face, why not go out there and fucking humiliate them is what I say.
Exactly. And I think with Ireland, the first half, we were outstanding. And then they just lost the tempo, didn't they? That was the problem with England. They don't get me wrong, they were still playing football, they were still passing it. But I just want England just to go full pump at them. Like, Iceland will want a reaction. But Foden again, he kept the ball so well. And then give it out to Saka out wide, Kane in the box. Kane stumbling. Kane will get his shot away. It's tame. I think he goes out for a corner as well.
Another corner. The thing is, this I don't want to take too much away from this Iceland team because this is a dead rubber. Iceland may have made a few changes as well, putting a few players in, fringe players, just to get some minutes. So I don't want to, like I said, without sounding hypocritical, I don't want to take nothing away from our performance, but we need to be realistic and say, who are we beating? But because I don't know too much about this Iceland side, I can't say if they've made any changes from God knows how many games there have been. But 4 defeats on the bounce probably tells you there is not something right in the camp at the moment.
Yeah. And England, that's a good thing with England. Pretty much in the last 2, obviously the Nations League, Calvert-Lewin came in. You had Saka coming, who's playing tonight. Pretty much with England, it's been the same players playing, hasn't it? Really. Like if you look at the England squad, I'll get the England squad up now, and see the bench. So the England bench tonight, we'll see you played proper minutes. So you look at Maitland-Niles, I think he might have come on against Ireland for a little bit. Chilwell obviously went off injured the other night. Henderson had 45. Calvert-Lewin played against Ireland. Winks played against Ireland and came on the other night. Sancho had a bit of time. Bellingham got, 10, 15 minutes against Ireland. Keane started against Ireland. Pope played 45, shared it. Abraham, Mings. They've all played, but the starting lineups, they've been pretty similar, haven't they?
Yeah, they have been. Just to go on to that, look, again, the high press where we forced a mistake. Harry Kane gets a shot off, just gone wide of the post, but it's only a matter of time. I'll be very, very surprised if this game only ends 2-0. But one thing that will go against us is that half-time whistle. Iceland are crying out for it to be half-time right now because they just want to sit down. They're blowing out their arse. They need to try and recoup and see where they can go, where right now that would be a momentum killer for us if we have to stop at half-time at 2-0.
Yeah, and that's obviously the cliche. It's going again, isn't it? Oh, we're 2-0 up, lads, but we need to raise the intensity. But they'll come out, regroup, they'll come out more organised, and they'll go, well, oh, this England side, we've beaten before, we get at them, cause them problems, and England just need to stay alert and kind of get at them. But England are playing some nice stuff. For 38 and a half minutes, and it's still 2-0. And any standout performances for you? Because I think Saka just said, again, for young, I think he's only 19, 20, and again, not so strong, but he just won a shoulder barge. And Foden's been bright at 2 shots on target. Grealish been good. And obviously the goal scorers in Rice and Mount, I think there's been quite good. Any particular standouts for you, Matt?
I think the only ones you're noticing is obviously the attack play, because where Iceland have barely been in their half, we can't really say much about the defence. They've barely touched the ball in almost 40 minutes of the game, So, yeah, attack-wise, where we're going forward, I think it's been all excellent all round. If you're asking me standout, Saka definitely. Grealish was for the first 20-25, but he's gone a little bit quiet now. I don't know if he's gone... I don't know what positions he's playing. He looks like he's playing more. Is he dropped? Is he been told?
Looks like he's playing more in the middle now, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't know why. So that's probably why we're not seeing him as much. Again, is that because Southgate's told him to, or is Southgate trying to sabotage him because he doesn't want him to be the main guy? Who knows? But Saka and Mount definitely was. Saka and Mount are definitely the ones at the moment that are shining for me. With obviously Foden piping up, but. Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from the boys playing at the back because they're still doing their job. They need to make sure it's key not to switch off.
Absolutely. And we'll just go to the comments as we hit 40 minutes. Remember, if you are new to this channel as well, please subscribe. We're now 18 away from 5,700. And also, Loudmouth has a channel, uploads some good quality stuff on there. Barney, vlogger as well. On the road to 3,000, aren't you, Matt, as England come forward?
I'm on the road to 7 million, mate. Thank you very much.
7 million. There we go. That's what we want to see. Overtaking the side men in, Gorgie's next one you have to overtake. And then
I'm coming for them all.
Get him on as a guest.
I'm coming for them all as England win a free kick about 25 yards out by Grealish. Grealish winning the free kicks.
He won 7 fouls the other day, Jack Grealish, altogether. I think that's one of the most in an international game for England in a long while. But he's one of those, he surely must, I don't want him to, he must get an injury soon. Because he never seems to kind of get an injury, does he, from these fouls?
Well, he's obviously a very smart player. He knows how to ride it. Well, I've got a player in my Sunday League side, and his feet is unreal. And I keep saying to him, when you run at the defenders, you are dangerous. And all they're going to do is they're going to kick you and bring you down. And that's exactly like Grealish right now. I'm not comparing my Sunday League player against Grealish because my Sunday League player is better than Grealish. He's better, yeah. But that's what you've got to do. You are so dangerous running towards a defender. Only a little clip and it brings them down, and that's it. And this is where Grealish is. It's a bit like Messi. Messi's the same. As we played a free kick in, and it's still kept in. Yeah, so obviously you don't want to see a player get injured. I'm not saying that he won't ever get clattered because that's football. You'll be very, very lucky never to go and get an injury throughout your whole career. But he's dangerous winning all these free kicks. We need to, obviously, when we do get these free kicks, make them count. And we need to make sure that Grealish is on the ball driving him all the time because it may end in a yellow card, a red card, penalty, and that will always gain you an advantage.
Especially when legs tire as well. And I'd say he's one of the... I'd say in the Premier League, dribbling-wise, the ones that you don't want running at you are like Salah, Son, Man. Grealish is right up there because Grealish's feet are dangerous. You don't know which one he's going. He could go left, he could go... He'd be like a burglar in your house. You don't know which room he wanted to go in. You know what I mean? He's just like one of those like nippy players. And
I hope he don't come in my fucking room then.
Israel 1, Scotland 0. Hello, Lisa. Hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in. Hello, Chris. I hope you're well. The predictions will be up Friday, mate. So we need to get them edited and filmed as well. Hello, Jay. Kane is absolutely awful for England. Harsh. Hello, Barrow on tour. Hope you're well. 42 minutes in, we have got a half-time conversation that we are going to go through that we've planned off air, but it will be coming on. So a bit of an intriguing one, but stay tuned for that one. So England, first off, been good. We've been good, haven't we, Martin? Again, this will be probably the best thing that will ever happen to Iceland in this game, this half-time whistle.
Yeah, definitely. And going in at 2-0 compared to the amount of opportunities we've had, I think we've been excellent. Excellent. We've been excellent from the second we kicked off, and you can't take away that from our performance. Iceland, on the other hand, have been very poor, and yeah, they are so lucky if this does finish 2-0. Don't get me wrong, they've passed it around in parts, which does look quite nice and tidy, but I just think because we've been aggressive in our play, we are closing them down so quickly, and we're in their face, and it's good to see that there's a bit of bite about us. The problem
sorry, go on, Matt.
No, I was just going to say, the problem is because it is a dead rubber, ideally it means nothing, so to speak. It is a confidence booster at best.
Yeah, and I think the other day playing well but losing would have helped. I do believe that. And
well, against Belgium, we did, didn't we? We played really well against Belgium, but lost. And we didn't deserve to lose, but unfortunately, it was one of those games where you're going to get games like that. It could have gone on for another fucking half hour. We probably still wouldn't have had a shot and tested Courtois because they were just getting their bodies in the way of everything. So the rub of the green went for Belgium, and it was just unfortunate because we really played some nice football. The better team lost, if that makes you sound biased or not. And it's just one of those games, unfortunately, where you put it to bed and you just hope that things go your way the next time. And it happens in football. You could do everything right and still come off as the losing team. That's what happens.
Football is a cruel game, isn't it?
Of course it is, but we'll still be there the week after, won't we? It's like one of the worst fucking drugs in the world. We can't let go of it.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. And honestly, I'll be honest with you. When football got cancelled, I missed being pissed off on a Sunday. I'll be honest with you.
I didn't.
I had to get grumpy over other things, like going,
nice play here from England. Why, again, Saka, do you know what? That's been his only downfall in this half, is that he gets to the box, literally in the 6 yard, and he does not have a shot.
Good ball. Harry Kane. Oh, foul. Can we just say how good Maguire's been going for? I think he's always been on, I think he's been so effective in the Iceland's half, hasn't he? Like, look at him then.
Oh, that's offside anyway.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Lino's got that one wrong.
He was off more than a stale pint of milk there.
But I'd say that's the only problem with Saka is that he won't shoot. And it's on his left as well. He just won't trust it for some reason.
Yeah, and I think Saka, he just needs that one good hit. And if he scores, I think he'll, you know what I mean? He will shoot more often, but he just needs to have a go. You don't score if you don't have a go. But that is half time. Decent half, 2-0 up, clean sheet, 2 goals, dominant side. Iceland, I don't think Pickford's ever really had to have a touch, has he?
Not really, no. he's had nothing to do. He might as well lean against a post and smoke a fag. That's how much he's had to do in his first 45 minutes.
Exactly. And I'm just putting a tweet out. If you don't follow me on Twitter, we're just going to advertise the show. But I think we've been superb. I've been really happy. I will check the Belgium score in a minute to see where it would leave England. But considering it's a nothing game, I think a few players obviously not really had much to do. But apart from that, I think they've been quite merited of the performance.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic performance. It'll be interesting to see what happens now. Will Southgate change it up quite a bit, give a few more players a run out? The only thing is we hope that I hope the players don't think the job's done and dusted and they take their foot off the gas, because that's when you normally get caught out and you normally get something out of a game when you catch a team sleeping. So that would be the interesting one, what happens, what's said at half time, and if there's any changes made.
Hopefully. So, Matt, we wanted to discuss something, didn't we, before we came on air? Do you want to start us off? Because I never knew about this until, obviously, we did that briefing for the show. Do you want to start us off?
Yes, Ben confessed his love to me, and I said thank you very much. But You know, I've already got a love. So no, it looks like the news has broke by mistake, and I don't think it was meant to have been leaked. That if you know regarding the Football Content Awards, that it was now going to be over a virtual live stream in December. It looks like they've now already contacted some winners regarding the category, and they've already, and it could be a prank. I don't know how much truth's in this, but I'm just going by what a tweet was put out, that someone who won in a category has obviously announced that they've won. So I don't know if I should believe it or not. I don't know how much truth's in it. I'm just saying that it looks like they have already contacted the winners to let them know what to expect at least.
So, just make sure you're watching the stream.
Pretty much, yeah, because obviously, because we can't be there in person, it is a case of, are you going to tune in? But because you've won, we need you to tune in at least.
I'm just going to see if the tweet's been deleted. I'm just going to see if it has been deleted or anything, because this is the first I've actually heard about it. But if it is true, it's not the greatest. Do you know what I mean? Kind of. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think the tweet has now been deleted. Yeah, the tweet has now been deleted.
Well, that is very, very controversial now, ain't it? Hey, what does that tell you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury? The tweet has been deleted. So maybe that person leaked it when they was told not to leak it, but they got too excited that they couldn't bear to hold in their emotions. Either way, I'm just letting you know now that I never got a message saying that I won my category, so it probably looks like I've lost mine.
I did, champion!
But then, because I am pretty much, I wouldn't say I mugged them off per se last season. I had a bit of a rant over it. It probably serves me right more than anything. Me opening my fucking mouth again always gets me in trouble, don't it?
Absolutely.
So, but I don't know. We'd have to. It's just what we were discussing before the stream. Now we're having a little debate about it. Now, if the tweet, well, Ben's saying that the tweet has been now taken down, so there might be some truth in it. Who knows? But who was in your category again, Ben? Do you remember?
Well, there's an Aston Villa vlogger. I'll get it up now. There's a Northampton kind of who does previews. I'll get it up now.
You know, there was a Northampton vlogger.
Me either. I've known him years, to be fair. Content Awards. I can't really remember at all. Young content creator. I think there might have been a Leicester vlogger. There was only one that was bigger than me, I think. Oh, Griffin was there. Griffin was in my category. And a couple of others big. I think I was the fourth biggest in it. So, I don't expect to be. I just wanted to be in it again and get a free ticket for pie and mash again until I found out I have to pay £80 for the privilege. But again, it's just an honour to be there, get your name out, and meet with the content creators. But we've got a question. When Barnet beat the Cods 2-0 the Underhill in 2013. Was it Mickey Mellon? Oh no, it might have been Mickey Mellon.
I don't know who your manager was.
There might have been. Mickey Mellon got sacked around that time, and Alexander came in, I believe. So it might have been like a Barry Nicholson or a temporary one. Would it have been Pondy? Pondy play a manager? I'll go for Mellon or Barry Nicholson. Tony, do you know anything about Barnet?
Fuck me. I think it was. I think it was David's two assistants. I can never pronounce his name. Dick and Uli. I can't remember how you pronounce his name. I think it was them two that was in charge of the game. It's going back fucking long now. And to be honest with you, mate, we've had so many fucking managers. I can never remember half of them anyway.
That's a good thing with Fleetwood. We've only had 7 in kind of my lifetime. We've had Greenwood, we had Mellon, we've had Alexander, Presley, Rosler, Sheridan, Barton. So we've had 7 at Fleetwood in kind of I didn't really get to see Greenwood, but I saw Mellon. Alexander took us up from League Two. And then Presley came in. And then Rosa came in, who I would say Rosa was the first manager that I loved. Because he got us from kind of the bones of our arses to the playoffs in League One. And then we did lose to Bradford. Then we got Sheridan in. And then obviously Barton came in. So who was your first manager that you loved, Matt? Obviously go for Barnett.
First manager I ever loved.
Yeah, the kind of that you thought, yeah, you fell in love with his football, you fell in love kind of with the team, and you just believed.
Martin Allen.
Martin Allen, was it?
Martin Allen all day long.
5 times.
I know. I hope it'll be a 6.
How many times did he leave you? Or how many times did he get sacked of those 5?
He never got sacked. He never got the sack once. He either left us to go to another position, or like the last time, he signed the contracts until the end of the season, and basically that was it. He walked away from his contract, so he was never officially sacked. But he's been brought in a couple of times to save us. That's
He came in at the end. There you go. You're right. Oh yeah, because I knew it was between Mellon. It was either Mellon, someone, or Alexander. I wasn't sure when he took over. But I remember the first few games we weren't great under Alexander, and we didn't get a few results. I remember when I think Mellon got sacked. I was in a pub in Peterborough. I remember that, and I just remember it coming through. And it was one of those, we weren't on the best of form, and we were about mid-table under Mellon, and he just got sacked. I think obviously the owner wanted to go a different way. He thought maybe it's just going, but you know, with Alan, he came in obviously a couple of years ago. He nearly kept you up with a great escape. Beat Morecambe, he beat Chesterfield, and then Morecambe and Coventry had the green envelope, you know, had the agreement. Oh mate, if we draw a 0-0, I'll buy you a pint in bar. And Jim Bentley thinking, well, the pint's about £8 at this bar, so yeah, go on then. I'll agree. We won't go for a win if you don't go for a win. And
we can talk. Like we will always talk about that until the day we pop our clogs, Barnet fans. But we can't blame what they've done, because any other team in their position probably would have done the same. We've only got yeah, exactly. I mean, we can obviously turn around and say, look, you both fucking had an agreement. You might not officially come out and say you had an agreement, but everyone in the world knows you had an agreement. But we can only blame ourselves. We had a piss poor start to the season, carried it on, and unfortunately, we got Martin Allen in far too late. If we got him in at Christmas time when he wanted to come, but our chairman dithered on the decision, I honestly believe we would have stayed up that year and potentially probably still have him as our manager now. But 3 seasons later, we're still in the fucking tin pot league that is the National League.
There's nothing wrong with the National League.
There's fucking loads wrong with the National League, Ben. You ain't been down here for a long time, mate. Trust me. It's
horrible. It is a horrible league.
It's fucking worse. Mate, it's horrible. Trust me. It's not pleasant. People go on about saying, why? It's only football. Unless you've been in this league and you've been to some of the places that you have to go to and the grounds you've got to go to and how you've got to travel there, then you'll understand why it's one of the worst. The lower the leagues you go, the worse it is for fans. Trust me.
Yeah, you don't even get seats.
Some of them
warm your pie up.
So that's what I'm saying. So when you get all of these fans who are moaning and going, we've only spent 100 million this year, that's not good enough. It's just like, shut the fuck up, will you? 100 million. You're at the wind up. We don't even, like I said it in my Barnet vlog, we don't fucking spend £100 on a fucking player, let alone 100 million. Well, you know. What was that?
Sounds right. I went to Barnes last midweek game to see Fleetwood Town lose. Was that the 2-0 one then?
Yeah, that would have been in 2013. Yeah, that was our
I like Barnes.
season.
It's a nice little setup there.
Well, I know, yeah, because we had you in the cup and you beat us, but you didn't get me on your vlog, did you? I mean, maybe
I didn't really know you at the time.
Oh, right, because you can't send me a message, can you? You know what I mean?
No. I got abused about that off someone going, Why was it in your vlog? I can't believe it. Oh, wait about it. You didn't get me in your vlog. Calm down. Calm down.
Well, you know, what can you say? You get people who love what you do, and some people are a little bit too much with it. But
yeah, some people, it's a life and death, isn't it?
So there you go. No, we don't want fucking McGee back, John. We had him once and he was dog shit. And Lisa, if your chairman or board of directors have got any sense, they'll hire me as your manager.
Ooh, would they though? Would they? You know, taking a chance on an unproven manager who loses every game.
My football manager record is second to none. Trust me. I've won so much with that. I'm telling you.
I know. I was crappy. I played football manager, dropped out the playoffs. I was 2-0 down to Wigan. Even I was thinking we won't knock me out. We were 2-0 down to Wigan. And guess what? Pulled it back. 1-3 to the fans. Shut up, Ben. Hello, Ethan. Thank you for tuning in. My guy, long-term subscriber. The channel is in again. The £1.99 dono. My guy, we will treat Loudmouth to a Twix or a Galaxy or, you know, a Dairy Milk or, you know, a packet of Hobnob, something like that. You know.
What, because I'm fat, you're offering me food?
No. Well, thank you, Ethan. My guy, always tune in with the donations. It goes a long way to supporting the channel. Just avoiding Matthew's comment there. And moving on. Second half coming up shortly. Do you think he'll roll the dice, Matt, or do you think he will leave it as it is for 15, 20 minutes?
No, I think he'll make a couple of changes, and I think it would be only fair to make a couple of changes. But as the players are coming out now, I'm just trying to catch to see if there is anyone else. Grealish is coming out, Rice, Harry Kane. They all seem to be coming out at the moment. I don't know if he is. He might make one or two. I think he'll be very generous to make two changes right now. Obviously, you don't want to mix it up too much because you don't want to rock the boat and everything. You know, mess up the harmony. But I think fuck it, why not? What's going to happen? It looks like Iceland are making a change already. They're making a goalkeeper change, and that'd be interesting because their goalkeeper was probably their best player in the first half.
Exactly, and I don't know why they've done that. Was he injured, or he's probably a bit, you know, like, lads, I'm knackered. I can't keep saving you.
He probably is injured from all the work he's had to do in the first half. You know, all them shots he's had to keep his team from going further behind with.
You know, Southgate's probably done. He's probably gone, right, come here. Swap off your goalkeeper. We'll swap your Pickford. You can have Pickford, and we'll have your goalkeeper. And what's he like? Yeah, he's good. He plays for Everton. Oh, Everton, good club then. Yeah, he's always kind of doing well in football. Yeah, but the thing you're leaving out is he's doing well for the other team against the club he's playing for. He's giving him a chance.
But it doesn't look like we've made any changes. So Southgate obviously wants to continue this momentum for probably, as you say, the next 10, 15 so minutes. I think it'd be absolutely stupid to make a change within the first 10 minutes anyway, because they've had 15 minutes break. It's going to take them 10 minutes to get back into the swing of things, momentum. Watch us go and score a goal within 2 minutes now, and I'll just end up looking like a prat. But I feel like I personally would have made a couple of changes at half time just because why not? But at the same time, because they've had such a good half, the boys going forward have played so well, it would be probably cruel to take them off. And the boys at the back have done next to nothing. So they're probably like, well, I don't really want to come off. I ain't even worked a sweat. So
exactly, we're not tired.
Exactly. So yeah, do that. Probably give them, I would say 20 minutes. 20 minutes, then make a couple of changes. Then another 5 after that, make a couple more and just keep going like that. You know, just to kind of freshen things up and see how it goes, really.
There we go. Hopefully,
as we kick off the second half.
There we go. Matthew, and I will bring that to you if you are new to the channel. Please like, please subscribe. We're now 17 away from the magic 5,700, getting closer to 6K. Bigger than Fleet was. How much did the Hive hold then, Matt? 6,000?
Say that again, sorry, mate.
How much did the Hive hold at Barnet?
The Hive. I think it is all in all, because we've still got one stand where you can stand. I think seating is around 5,000-6,000.
Okay.
But I'm guessing probably off the top of my head, well, it might be around a capacity 6,000 and a couple hundred. But yeah, we've still got standing, which eventually will turn into an all-seater stadium.
Absolutely. And obviously, was your old ground the same as this one, or have you moved, or have you just regenerated it?
No, we've moved. We completely moved from Barnet to Edgware. Now we're about 6 miles from where we used to play, what we used to call home. So we've completely moved because the ground we're at now was originally meant to be for Wildstone.
All right.
So the old Wildstone Raider would have been playing there with his team, but
small town in Wildstone, just a small town in Wildstone.
Again, depending who you ask, what rumours, what stories you hear, a load of money went missing. And that's why they couldn't afford to continue the works or whatever. Like I said, depends who you hear, who you listen to. So we was obviously looking for a grand because we had a lot of raz with our council. They didn't want a football club there no more. Depending who you listen to, it was either the chairman's fault because he burnt too many bridges and pissed people off, or it was the council's fault by basically ripping the community heart and soul and all that lot. Depends who you want to listen to. Depends what side of the story you want to read. We apparently got offered Milton Keynes's spot first, but turned that down. My God, if we went there, I think that would have been the end of Barnet Football Club if we went there.
It was awful, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, just because they might have obviously generated fans in and around the area, but I don't think many people would have travelled from where we are based to Milton Keynes anyway. So, yeah, originally it's meant to be Wildstone's ground. Like I said, they couldn't pay the bill. And we then pretty much piped up and said, all right, then we'll take it off your hands and redeveloped it all around. And now it's been our own since 2014. 2014.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Lovely little ground. I love this. I could see Wembley. This is the ground we're in the playing tonight from it, which was a nice. And what was the Eye of the Tiger about? That's all you kept playing at your ground.
Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah, so you kept playing at half time, before the game, after the game.
I don't know about that, mate. Are you sure it was Eye of the Tiger?
Yeah, it was definitely on at half time, and at full time as we walked out.
I don't know. John, yes, I will be on past the mic for the Dunfermline Hearts game, mate. Yes.
That's where it goes bad.
Hey?
That's where it goes bad. Past the mic been good the last few weeks.
Well, rumours would say Pastor Mike's been shit while I've not been on it, mate. So it depends again who you listen to.
I listen to me, so you know. But no, we've started this second half relatively well. Iceland have been on the ball, playing it around the back. Really, we're 4 or 5 minutes in. It's relatively same as size, and Grealish again has gone through the middle, but he's making runs, making a run down the left. We'll try and beat his man. We'll shoot, deflected wide. What minute are you on, Loudmouth?
49 and 16 seconds as we have a shot which is deflected, potentially going. No, they've managed to keep it forward and they lift it up the field.
Just a little bit wide. Good movement though. And again, England will regroup, get on the ball again, and just kind of wave after wave, pretty much. A shout out to Darlington FC physio. He's sitting Nicky Hunt's live last week. I know he apparently stopped breathing twice, so I'm glad he's okay. That's true. Not much of a laugh without you, Loudmouth.
Sorry, mate, what was that?
There's not much of a laugh without you on the show.
That's what I'm saying, boys. Look, I've only joined Pastor Mike in the last couple of weeks, and all of a sudden I've brought it from bish to bash, from chic to shabby. You know what I'm saying? What can I do? I'm just the entertainment. People come.
Commentary, there's nobody better, you know. Come on.
I don't know. I think Lee Charles TV is actually.
Go on, he's hit it. Oh my God, we're back in again. Lee, calm
on. I will be back on past the mic. It was only because of the Scotland games. It just didn't seem right. Me being the only English fan, being on the channel while they're all obviously cheering on Scotland. It just, to me, it wouldn't have made sense. As much as I wanted Scotland to do well, so it was just a case of national. Let's go our own separate ways.
Jude Bellingham pictured there. Will he come on in the second half, Matt?
Again, potentially, it'll be all interesting to see what happens. You know, we've started the first 5-6 minutes, a reasonable pace, again, controlling the play. So I think if we get another 2 goals in the next 20 minutes, I can see a good handful of changes. You know, it'd be like when you're 5-0 up on Sunday League and you bring on the shit ones just to give them a run out. That's what it'll be.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I always think that, like, we're winning 3-0. He can't mess this one up for us.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
You know, as much as you want players to get a run at, you need to do the job and be professional, and the main aspect is to win. That's what we need.
Win games. That's the job, manager's job.
Of course it is. You know, look, he's in a position, in a role where he's based on performances, which I'm looking to get into myself. And we all know full doubt that if you don't perform, you ain't going to stay in the job very long. It's probably one of the only jobs in the world where if you don't perform, you will get sacked.
Simple as that, isn't it?
That's every job. You don't do your job, you get the sack. Simple as that, lads.
Iceland coming away with the ball now. They've got the ball. A few England players getting back. Good tackle. Trippier does well there. And a little bit of a crackle there.
The fucking glasses come down as well, you know. It's your end,
like,
Ben, not mine.
Nana when you haven't been doing revision. Oh, Benjamin. You have to get the glasses down to show the intent of disappointment.
The crackle is your end, my friend.
It's not.
Right, England on the attack again. Played ball. Saka pulled back, and it is a free kick to England just outside the edge of the area. The referee is putting out a yellow card. He's putting out a red card, and Iceland are down to 10 men.
Oh, my.
You weren't even looking, so don't give it oh my, you fucker. You was looking at your phone.
I'm looking for updates on other games.
You was too busy touching buttons and making it click.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking for updates on other games. Iceland are down to 10. Harry
Well,
Kane,
if the job wasn't...
Oh, and Saka, the number 2, is taking him out like a sumo wrestler. Again, we've said he's been good in the first half, Saka. And the number 2, I think he's got the wrong spot. He just pulls him back. And again, Iceland's misery has gone back, really, hasn't it? And again, it's going to be a long 35 minutes for them, Matt.
Well, that's it. You know, this is where he might be able to make a change sooner than expected now to give them a run, because I can't really see Iceland getting out of their box at all now, especially with a defender being sent off. They've got to take probably a striker off just to hit a bank, 2 banks of 4 with 1 up front, or he might just go, fuck it, we're 2-0 down, just go with 3 at the back, which, again, will probably cost them.
Yeah, because 3 at the back when you're tired, wing backs, going to be hard for them.
It's a poor free kick. I have no idea why Eric Dyer's taking the fucking free kick to start with.
I know he scored 1 against Russia, but it was a fluke, end of.
Wow. Yeah, that's concerning when your centre half or CDM takes a free kick out of all the players we've got in that squad. That's a bit concerning, thinking, hang about, shouldn't he be in the box trying to win the header than taking the actual set piece?
100%. And I think maybe a Grealish or a Trippier probably should have taken that. Obviously, we've seen both players have good free kicks for Villa, for Spurs, for England as well. Trippier scored that memorable goal against Croatia in the World Cup just 2.5 years ago. But England are on the attack with 10 minutes into the second half. It's still England 2, Iceland 0, and Belgium have gone 2-1 up against Denmark. So England would go second in the group. We're going up, lads. Second goes through, surely. Only no. I think Belgium will go through for the final with, I think it's Germany. I'll have a look at the other groups. I think it's Germany and Spain. It's one of those. I think it might be Spain in the semi-finals. So the Nations League A is Poland 1, Netherlands 0, and it's Italy in the other group. So it will be Italy against Belgium in the finals, which looks like. So again, it would have been probably a game that England would look to win against Italy. It's just a shame we're out.
Well, it's one of those things where we're just fucking shit.
End of. England, they've not started the second half too great. I think the tempo's gone down a slight, hasn't it? I think Iceland I think both sides are like, they've accepted the result. England are going to win. England are going to have the ball. Iceland are just going to sit back, and they don't want to get humiliated. And they don't want Grealish or Foden or Kane or Saka running into those pockets as easy as they were in the first half, I think.
Yeah, I think Iceland probably thought the game was done and dusted. That's why they probably brought in the next goalkeeper, because he was so worked in the first half. He was knackered. They've had to bring on the second goalkeeper. We would definitely push you for the thirds. Like I said, we started this after where we ended the first half. Now that Iceland are down to 10 men, I really can't see them breaking out of their half at all for the remainder of the game. We've just got to finish this game off, because I do feel like 2-0 and them down to 10 men. In all fairness, they'll probably look at that like that's a good result for them.
2-0 away at Wembley, it's not too bad. But again, with 10 men as well. But I could still see England's getting a third. And you predicted 3-0, didn't you?
I did predict 3-0, yeah. So my scoreline is still on the cards. And obviously if Saka decides... Yeah, well, if Saka decides to fucking shoot, then maybe we might be 3-0 up. But because he's obviously getting to the box in the centre circle, the final third of the 6-yard box, and he's always looking to pass you back to someone. But just be greedy, mate. I don't know if he's been told to do that, which is fair enough. He's following orders, or just be greedy and have a fucking crack.
That's all you've got to do. That's all you've got to do. Be greedy, have a crack, go to the sidelines. And when Southgate's tactics doesn't work because he's a yes man, just do that and tell him to get lost.
Iceland.
And then still turn up at the training ground, still get your bib on, still go on your shit, refuse to go off. Say, I'm playing, no one's getting me off.
That's it. Iceland with a corner ball here.
A chance for maybe.
If they somehow score from this will be such a sucker punch, you know that.
Because they've not deserved anything from this game. Not even a goal. They've not even deserved the ball. They've not even deserved, the shirts to go home. They've been awful. Are
you saying that they should walk back to Iceland?
Yeah, they've been that bad.
Right. Okay.
they're that bad at football. And I know they'll score now. So, Codvogs, Darlington have Adam Campbell. Oh, I remember him. We had him on loan from Newcastle. Like, it was on the I thought they had. It looked like it was in. 14. I don't know his name, but I know his last name. I know his last name ends in Son. He gets to the front post. Can you just see it's the stanchion? He gets away from Walker, gets away from Kane. The head is about.
Hey, that's poor from Carl Walker. Absolutely piss poor from Carl Walker there. You can't let your man go running and end up having a free header. You really can't.
He was so stationary there, wasn't he, Walker? It's pathetic.
Well, he's ball watching. He's just ball watching. And that's the problem, where you got people like that who think the game's done and dusted. I'm just going to kind of shadow a man, look like I'm really doing a job. And all it takes is that chance for them to get one back. And all of a sudden, with half hour to go, we've only got a 1-goal cushion.
It's a good ball. Kane blocked. Kane, pass the ball. Chance for on the left.
Yeah, but potentially man on the edge of the area you could have passed to, but with the players around him, and he's a striker, his natural instinct is to try and put the ball in the back of the net. He's not going to really look to play a pass.
You sound like me protecting him.
It's not a case of that. It's like, look, I will try and play devil's advocate if I can. I'll call someone shit if I think they're shit, but I'll also lick their arsehole if I think they're doing fucking well. I look at it there and just think that was the pass on potentially. Did he see him? Who knows? He got the shot off, and it was well blocked by Iceland.
Oh, and they're clearing for the lines, England here. Iceland here, England, playing some nice stuff. If there was going to be a sub in the next few minutes, Matt, obviously I think one's coming on. I think it's Sancho or Bellingham. Who do you think will come off? Maybe a Foden, maybe a Rice, because obviously Rice has had a lot of moments, a lot of minutes in games lately, and obviously there's no chicken curry to go with him. No, that was awful.
Wow. Wah, 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 wah. I think that it could be a mixture between Grealish. Oh, almost chance there for England. Goes for a corner.
Movement, great movement.
I think it could be a mixture between Grealish, Man, or Foden. I don't think we've seen much of Foden at all in this second half. Man and Grealish have done a couple of bits and bobs, but Foden, I ain't even noticed him in this second half at all.
They're making their second sub of the evening, 62 minutes in.
Good evening.
Sigurd Johnson and El Josson on. So obviously we know about him. I think. Ming's coming on, another Villa lad. It's a corner whipped in. Headed on by Keane. Away again. Saka passes the ball into Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish will put it back for Saka. Saka will actually shoot for once in his life. And again, straight to the goalkeeper. Good to see him having a pop though, Matt.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad strike. Quite easy for the goalkeeper. Nice bit of bread and butter. Little bit of something to eat and nibble on why he's had to pick that one up.
At least he caught the ball for once. At least he parried the ball. And again, that's the problem with goalkeepers that come on at half time. I think you just need to test them, don't you? Because they might not be as ready if you start a game.
Well, of course not. You don't know if he's a fucking goalkeeper or not. He might be a ringer they've pulled in, you know. Just here, mate, you can just stand in goal. You don't take a shot, you don't score a goal. Make sure you test a goal kick. Sorry, I'm just talking how I do on Sundays.
Love it. You can see your management in you, can't you?
What, just waffle shit?
Yeah, just waffle shit and hopefully gets the message.
Go on, lads. They've been out on the piss all night long. Fucking knock it around them and stick 4 in.
They're going off for a fag at half time. Come on, lads.
That is it. Fucking, they're standing on the pitch smoking, and then the referee blows, and then we throw. That's it. So honestly, mate, all of these coaches up and down the. Oh, mate, I've got a video coming out about it. You trust me. They don't know how lucky they are. Sunday League is where it is, where the hard work is, right there in grassroots football. But Kyle Walker has just come off, rightly so. And
Mount,
it looks like
Mount off, Winks on.
Yeah, there you go. Gareth Southgate's basically saying, "Thank you, lads. You saved my job for another week."
He'll be thinking, we're all thinking, you know, no international break till March. Get in, get up. And he's thinking, I keep my job for another 6 months. And he'll be like to the missus, we can have Christmas. Get the club orders, get the turkey, order the kids' presents.
He loved the Christmas bonuses coming. What would you like for Christmas? You get something out of that Argos catalogue.
But make sure it's under £100 because I'm not going to be here long. I never knew they got paid for playing for England until... So do they get paid the same as what they did for the club?
Now, that is a good question. I don't know, but I don't think they should get paid.
No, they shouldn't because they're playing for the country. All the money, if they play for the country, should go to charity.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I generally don't know how much they get paid. It's probably a percentage of what they earn through their for their club. But unless someone knows in the comments and they can help us out, please give us an inkling. Do they all get the same wage? Is it worked on their salary, what they earn at a club? I generally don't know, but I would like to know.
Yeah, it's something that I've always wondered, and it's just popped into me. Oh, I wonder what they get paid. Do you know what I mean? Kind of an interesting one, but like I say, I know obviously they get caps for every kind of game. They get the actual get a proper England cap, but like I only found out they got paid. I thought they didn't get paid to play anything. I just thought it was the privilege of playing.
Yeah.
Kane dropping deep now on the ball. Hits it, blocked. Iceland can get clear. They've done it well. Throw into England. 65 and a half minutes on the clock. 16 attempts, by the way, guys, to 1. 16 attempts to 1 here at Wembley. I've never seen a more dominant display, until, from the other day and the day before and the 3 days before. But again, England, 2-3 goals on Friday, none on Sunday, 2 tonight. A good night's work, but 2-0, I think it's a disappointing result, isn't it?
Well, yeah, in a stupid way it is. Obviously, you've won the game. It's been professional, but we should have had a few more on the night. So you'd be disappointed you haven't scored more goals, but you can't be disappointed with the overall performance because I think we have been really good. I really, really do think that everyone should be quite pleased with their performance tonight and they can all go to bed smiling.
Unless you're Southgate because you're a yes man. There we go. Don't know how much, but I believe it's a flat fee which they donate to charity. That's fair play. Thank you, Tony. I knew you'd know.
So they all get paid, but then they just all donate it to charity. So why not just send it to a charity instead of sending it to their bank account for them to send it to a charity?
I know, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's what they'll probably do. They'll go, right, I've only got paid £5,000. I didn't get paid 500,000.
There's something dodgy about the tax there, I think. The tax man wants to see your documents.
In the word of Simon from the In-Betweeners, I think that's a bit dodgy, mate.
That's it. The IRS man wants to look at your books.
I don't know if you saw it before. Piers Morgan went, nobody should spend the Christmas with the family. You spend it alone. So I got the clip from In-Betweeners as Iceland put a free kick in the box, picked the claims well as it bounced before he gasped it. He put, nobody should be spending Christmas with family, should spend it on their own and don't celebrate it. So I just put the clip of what's he called, Gil from In-Betweeners. You can if you like, but I won't be there.
Oh, I did see that, yeah.
Rice on the ball now for England. Back to Mings now. Back into Kyle Walker, who I think has been one of England's quieter men tonight. England playing along the back, Saka. Lovely playing. Again, a foul from the Iceland player. Hello, Ellis. Hope you're well, mate. Thank you for joining in. The FA donated, so it just goes straight to the charity. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate it.
So then they don't get paid?
No.
Wait, I'm so confused. Hang on. Oh, do you know what? Just move on. I can't be bothered to even talk about it because it's hurting my head.
England. Oh, like I'm not being. Where's Connor Cody? Is he not in this England squad?
I have no idea.
Oh, I think I know why. He tested positive, didn't he? I think. He might be in. So there was a reason. But again, we're about 20 minutes to go. 25 minutes into this half. Matt, what's been your thoughts so far?
Really good. Really happy with the whole overall performance. You know, we've said it a million times. I can't be disappointed with what is anything. If I'm going to be nitpicky and be disappointed about one thing, it's the fact that we haven't scored more goals because I feel like we definitely fucking deserve them. I
agree. I think we've been superb, especially first half. Second half, we've not been in the game as much. We've had a few chances. We passed the ball around, okay, but Iceland have defended a lot better in the second half, haven't they?
I don't know, if being honest with you. I think it's been pretty much the same from Iceland from start to finish. They have had a couple of, opportunities where they've blocked us out and everything and try to force us wide, but we have cut them open a couple of times. And it's just a case of, as we go forward now with Harry Maguire, it's stuff like that. Look, he's in the box and he's trying to play a chip to the other side of the box. It's dumb shit like that where you feel like this is where it's turning into a training session for us right now.
And we did it against Ireland. It's like, pump them.
Well, this is where Southgate needs to freshen things up now. 20 minutes to go, he needs to bring on subs because the boys who are on that pitch right now, they're going to lose a little bit of interest in the game. They're just going to be like, fuck it, knock it around. I can't be bothered. You either take me off or blow the whistle now. And I don't want us to get complacent. And that is the biggest setback that we can have and that can happen to us if we allow it to happen. Because as you can see, Iceland to freshen things up. Look, they make a double sub. Southgate needs to freshen it up with 20 minutes to go. Don't give him anything less. Anything less, I think, is insulting. That's just me personally. 15 minutes, 10 minutes. I think, what's the fucking point? You might as well not even get showered after the game.
We're making a double sub as you say that, Matt.
Oh, well, there you go. You see what I'm saying? Look, Southgate's obviously listening to me. Top boy that I am, you pro-licensed Sunday League manager. That's what I am.
Bellingham and Sancho coming on. So I'd probably suggest Foden and...
Definitely Foden. Foden's done next to fuck all in this second half.
Grealish.
Absolutely.
I get DCL on as well for Kane.
I would mix Kane up as well. I don't think Kane's particularly done a lot to play 90 minutes. I would definitely take off Foden as well. Who else are we looking at that could potentially come off? If you want to... I mean, who was coming on again? Sorry?
Bellingham and Sancho.
Right, so what positions do they play? I'll be honest with you, because I don't know much about them. I don't know what positions they play.
Bellingham's a midfielder and Sancho's a right winger.
So, yeah, if you're looking at right wing, then you're obviously looking at Foden straight away. So that's a like for like. And
Grealish, I'd say maybe off.
Centre mids, if you're looking at centre mids, then will he take off Grealish?
I think he'll take Grealish and Foden off, personally.
The thing is, you're losing all in free kicks that Grealish has just won again there for us if you take him off. He might go a little bit quiet in games, but I kind of feel like he's one of those players that will always get you something in and around the box. You can't take him off.
I agree. I personally... But we're 2-0 in a nothing game. That's the only thing I'd suggest. £5 million he would have won if he would have won the World Cup. Wow. But to them, that's nothing, is it? You know what I mean? Oh, what we're going to win? £250,000. Only that. That's like, you know what I mean? £2.50 to them.
Well, the thing is, £5 million, you wouldn't sniff your nose at the likes of me and you. As a whole, what does that £5 million go to? Just for example, England win the World Cup. £5 million goes to, you'd like to think, grassroots development in helping produce more football around the country for the nation, which would be ideal because there's another free kick that Grealish has won us right on the edge of the area.
He's won two in about a minute.
That's what I'm saying. You can't take him off. You generally can't. He is so dangerous in and around that box. Look, he is so smart. I mean, you can argue he's sucking them in, but if you're not smart enough to not fucking fall for it, as it looks like Harry Kane's about to take this free kick and not Eric Dyer.
Why just have like one set piece take, in my opinion? Why?
I know it's Abraham that's looking to come on. So yeah, this would probably be Harry Kane's last kick of the game.
I bet he scored. He's now only said that.
Well, if he scores, I think he still will come off, but then he can leave with a goal.
I think he'll go. Where do you think he'll go? I think he'll go keeper's far corner. That's where he's looking.
No, he'll hit the wall.
Yeah, I know, but I mean that's where he'll. Straight in the wall, as you said.
Do you want the lottery numbers for this weekend, lads?
It's a poor free kick. Oh, does he handball that? Ooh.
His arm was up, but he was turning away.
Yeah.
And we've got another free kick again. Ref, get your fucking cards out, mate. Come on.
I mean, he's not giving many, has he?
This is ridiculous now, because all they're literally trying to do is kick us to slow down momentum.
He's given 3 yellows or 1 red. So the player who got the red had the yellow beforehand. So
right. So who's coming off then? Is he bringing off Grealish? Well, I'm very surprised at that, but you can kind of look at it and go, who else could he take off? Or he could. Off. Well, is Declan Rice still on, or Man? Is Man still on?
Well, Grealish coming off for Sancho. Kane's off for Abraham.
Right, and what was the other two? I think Mount came off, didn't he?
Mount came off beforehand.
So Rice is still playing?
I think so.
Well, either way, let's see what happens within 15 minutes to go.
I think they're the only two. It's a good ball. Knocked on. Oh, the keeper. Pre-dives. And again, they scramble it away. Let us know your opinion on the game, lads. The ones who are watching, we've got 10 of you in. A magnificent 10. Lee Charles will be absolutely buzzing. It'll be his cup final. He's got more than in me. I'm sure he'll remind me in the group chat loads of times. But Iceland got a goal kick. It's gone a bit stale last 5 or 10 minutes, hasn't it, Matt?
Yeah, pretty much, mate. It's the last 20 minutes it's turned into a bit of a stalemate, into a training session. That's why I said we needed to change things up. You can see Grealish there. He looks a little bit puzzled why he's come off, which is fair enough. No footballer ever wants to come off the pitch, and I don't think he was the right move to take him off with the free kicks he's winning. I think he deserves 90 minutes. I think he's played all right. He's been a little bit quiet, but you give him the ball and he'll be dangerous. So last 15 or so minutes of this game, we'll just see it out now. If it's 2-0, that'll be the only downfall of this game, if you can class it as a downfall, that we didn't score more.
I agree. And again, to get the goals as we did, we got scored on 20 and 24th minute. It only looked one way after that. And to not back it up, we're obviously on 78 nearly now. And it'd be disappointing if we didn't get another one. And I think if England get a third, they'll get a fourth if they score in the next 5 or 6 minutes. It's a good ball.
I'm not going to say the game's done and dusted. We get another game and another goal, and it pretty much is done and dusted as the ball's played into the box, but Iceland have cleared. It's a shame. It is a shame we haven't scored more goals.
Yeah. It's just, it's just one of those days where they've defended quite well and been unfortunate. But latest scores, we've got Bosnia and Herzegovina losing to Italy 2-0. Poland 1-1 against the Netherlands. Belgium are beating Denmark 3-1. Austria are losing to Norway. Northern Ireland are winning a game of football against Romania. Czech Republic are beating Slovakia 2-0. Israel beating Scotland 1-0. And Republic of Ireland joining 0-0 with Bulgaria. And Wales are beating Finland.
Finland.
Have you seen that? So, a football stat for you guys. So, when Sweden played Denmark, the initials are, when it plays at Sweden, so it's Sweden. So the initials basically spell Sweden, right? So the initials left over could spell Denmark and could spell Sweden. It is weird. It was a weird stat that I found before. I'll try and get it up for you now and I'll read it out for you. But it was just one of those like stats that just blow your mind. It was definitely one of them.
Well, it is. Well, I was going to say here's a question for you, a pub quiz, but I'm sure people will cheat. What are the only 2 countries in the world that start with an A but don't end with an A? I heard this today, and I got this before they even gave the answers.
That's a good question. I'm going to try and do that. So it won't be America, it won't be Austria, it won't be Australia. Antarctica, no.
Antarctica's not a country.
I think it's fire. It's 3. It's that man, the magic man.
Oi.
Foden. Mark Rooney constantly goes on about him. It's 3-0. His trim's not so good, but the finish is extravagant. It's a brilliant finish. England. The patient build up, the back 4 finally ties. It makes a mistake. Phil Foden finds the gap. I think it's Jadon Sancho. He does so well. Picks up the ball. Saka into Sancho. Sancho looks up. Simple pass. Foden. First time. Into the corner. 3-0. Brilliant finish. The goalkeeper has no chance. England are on course for winning the World Cup.
He's taking his goal really well. He had no one around him, even trying to put a bit of pressure on him. But he's done nothing in that game, in that second half, bar score that goal, which is a shame. But he was in the right place at the right time. The build-up play by England was fantastic. Well-worked goal, deservedly as well. 3-0 with 10 minutes to go. But to answer the question, it's Sam YouTube. Starts with an A, but doesn't end with an A. You've already just put Andorra. What do you think that spells? Even though Tony's already put down the answers.
Oh, I don't want to. Azerbaijan, Afghanistan. Wouldn't have thought of that. Great question though. Has England come again? They're looking for number 4. If you're new, please like, please subscribe. Subscribe to Matt's channel as well if you really want to. If you're escaping the barrel.
Pretty much, lads. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I've not uploaded in about 2 months just because there's not a lot of content for me. I bring you quality over quantity, and I will bring you fantastic stuff instead of shite stuff that Nappers brings out just because he wants to stay irrelevant. And we look like we're making another sub. Make the Niles is going to be coming on. That's got to be for Foden.
Changing the subject.
Sorry, what was that? Couldn't hear you.
Changing the subject.
Well, it's either going to be Foden or Saka. Let's wait and see. Foden scored a goal, so he's going to be like, I've scored, you're taking me off. But Saka's done more in this half than you have, bar score a goal, unfortunately.
100%. And then Saka comes again.
Make sure you have a drink, Ben said 100%. Bring back. Hello, Dor. How are you, mate? You lucky bastard with someone buying you all your equipment. I wish someone bought me mine.
I know, mate. I'm £400 down.
Fucking £400. I'm about $4,000 down with all the equipment I bought, and I'm not even on the fucking podcast anymore.
Oh, but no, remember, lads, it'll be Leeds Cup final. I've already heard him slagging me off. But again, he loves getting more than me. Fair play to him. His cup final. But like we say, we go forward. Hope you're well in the chat. We're 83 minutes in as England look for number 4. Do you think they can get 4 now? We've got that third. Matt?
Sorry, mate. I was... Sorry. Right.
I was scared we lost you.
No, I'm here, mate. Go on. What was your question? Sorry.
No, I was actually happy that I figured, we've lost him. Get it in. Yes, he's got... Oh, he's still here. No, England have got that third. Do you think they can go and get that 4th?
Hashtag Nappers out. Of course, you can always get the 4th. There's always the opportunity. I'm surprised it's taking us this long to score the 3rd when they're still down with... Well, because they're down to 10 men. See you Friday, John. Thank you for tuning in, mate. Appreciate it. Don't let Pastor Mike know that you crossed the border to come and join the good side, you know. But all the best, mate. Up the Jambos.
I think they come again. Oh, a goal! What a goal! Goal! A goal! A goal! A goal! A goal! It's 4. I think it's that man, Philip Foden. He's the best player in the world, barring Callum Camps. What a strike, son.
Well, you've got to give it to him. I've been a little bit critical of him, saying that he's done next to nothing in this half, but he's popped up with 2 goals. He's been in front of goal and he's put the ball in the back of the net. Again, fantastic pressure by England as the players played the ball out from his own half. It is literally a win in the ball from the midfield. It's one play, it's touch, and it's a goal. Simple as that.
Winks, plays a forward pass. Foden tucks the ball like a baby into bed, like he'll be doing tonight to his little one. Gets it past the goalkeeper and makes it 4-0. He's got a brace. He's on for a hat-trick.
Yes, Dor. Barnet are still in the FA Cup. We are at... We're at home against someone.
You're at home to MK Dons, was it?
Yeah, it is MK Dons. Yeah, so it's another winnable tie. Yeah, I couldn't fucking remember. You know, another team that are fucking relevant. Or not relevant, shall I say.
It's that man, Phil Foden. Maitland-Niles has come on for Trippier now. Trippier been quite decent tonight, I think. But again, 85, we did say it, didn't we, Matt? We called it. We went, if England get a 3rd, they get a 4th.
Of course, you know, this is where, when we said about tired legs, if Iceland now down to 10 men. Can they keep it going at 2-0? They've conceded 2 goals in the space of 10 minutes now. Could we push for a 5th? Then you kind of look at it and go, all right, that's a good scoreline in the end. We deserved that amount of goals, even if they had 11 men. Well, we'll have to see, Dor. I would like us to beat MK Dons, obviously, to get round to into the 3rd round, because that's when you'll get a bigger team. So maybe we won't get drawn against Forest. We'll get a big team like Derby or something.
Don't get me started.
You can just picture him right now, can't you?
No. I'm not
Get me on.
No thanks. No, none of that.
Oh, he's in the post. Is he in the post?
The bait on toast. Harry Maguire, good save. He did it.
I don't know if that's the post or the keeper's saved that. He's gone down. He's got down well. That's a save by the keeper.
Great save at his front post. If you could like the stream, that'd be appreciated. We're nearly at 50 likes. 21 attempts to 1.
Careful, Ben. He'll offer to fight people.
Oh God. Ball. 1 in the air. Maguire. Headed. The goalkeeper. Save. Good save. Eric Dyer. Mr. Dyer himself. Not related to Danny Dyer, but he is Dyer.
Geezer.
Geyser. I'm a proper geyser. I'm West Ham. We won the World Cup in 1966. About 2.5 minutes to go. So, if you've got anything to say, they're going to make it. Jesus, there's something about Iceland. He looks about 10. He could be my mate. No way. He's old enough to play football.
Nabbers, you're 18. Why do you want to be friends with a 10-year-old?
No, I look 10, don't I? I look 10.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Oh, you've already called. I don't know which is worse. You calling me that, or probably call me the Arsenal fan. Has hurt me the most.
Well, we all know that you're a closet gooner. Like I say, you go down Highbury every other week, don't you? So you might as well be a fucking gooner.
Up the Spurs.
Well, I think I've already asked you this before, because obviously when Barnet was due to play someone, and I can't remember who it was, but we'd already booked our tickets, and we thought, fuck it, we're still got to go up there. So we went to Blackpool for the day, and Fleetwood are at home to Oxford, and I've never been to Fleetwood's ground before, so I thought, fuck it, I'm going to go there. And yeah, you won the game 2-1. I was sitting in the away end. I'll be honest with you, I really wanted. Huh?
What year was this?
Like last season?
Saka.
That's a poor miss from Saka. That's a very, very poor miss from Saka.
It's a great ball. Phil Foden, what a ball. He crosses like your Lord Jesus. It's a great ball.
He's onside as well. If he squared that to Abraham, potentially he was offside, but he's got to do better there.
Was that where Peter Clark scored like 10 minutes ago, a winner from a header?
I can't remember. All I know is that you went 1-0 up, then it went 1-1, and then you won 2-1.
Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah, so... but why is that stand? So I was sitting where the dugouts are, right? But in the away end. So I was sitting that stand. Why is the opposite stand, yeah? Why have you still got the old stand there, but just built in front of it? Why don't you just knock it down?
I don't know. I think if we get up to the championship, we might.
Fuck off, championship. Behave yourself. You've got more chance of getting relegated than getting promoted.
Excuse me, we're 8th in the league. We've got one of the best squads in the league. We've got one of the best managers in the league. And we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league with about 175 points.
Until he gets banged up.
I can't see that.
Have you already considered who do you want as your next manager after Joe Barton gets 25 to life?
No, he's my manager. Martin Allen, please.
No, you ain't having
No.
Martin Allen.
No, if you had to pick, Cowley's.
Yeah, do you know what? Really good coaching, guys. I'm surprised that it's taken them so long to get back into the swing of things.
Do you think
Well,
they just don't
they're
want
not
to,
even in
or the
the
right
job
job's
yet.
come along?
Yeah, I don't know if they want to go back up north because obviously they're from Essex. They're West Ham fans. Lincoln, they used to stay up like 3 nights a week and then come home. And then obviously Huddersfield, they probably stayed up a little bit permanently, maybe. So it'd be interesting, but I don't know if they can turn down, the role. If they've got enough money to get by, then they will do it. But like you say, it does all depend what they want as we're into the 90th minute with 3 minutes to play.
We've already had one of those minutes up. It's been a good England performance, a dominant England performance. We've won 4-0. Your man Rice, Mountain, Foden getting 2. It's a corner ball. It'll be whipped in. Headed out again. Abraham will hold it up. There is a foul. And Iceland can bring it clear. And that'll probably be the last England chance. But it's been a great performance, hasn't it? Martin, one that England can take spirit from going forward.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is only going to be a fantastic confidence booster for Southgate, the lads themselves. You don't want to run before you can walk and all that lot, because you've got to look at who you've played and everything. But you can only beat who's in front of you. I'm just trying to contradict myself so much and throw out so many scenarios. But fuck it, we've beat Iceland. We've pulled their pants down. We've gave their bum a slap, and like you say, we're going to win the World Cup.
And Southgate's the man for the job.
Southgate's going to get in a knighthood, mate. We're going to build a statue of him on every corner of the road.
Yeah, 100%.
Painted in pure gold.
Cool, maybe. We just need to play more like this pressing football. It's 4-0. It should have been probably about 7 or 8-0, realistically. But 4-0, 4 goals, clean sheet. Not really looked at threat. They've not really had a shot, Iceland, have they, apart from that header where he got a free man and Walker lost his man. But I think it's a professional performance, Matt.
Yeah, it's a very professional performance. Very happy with it. And
that's it.
There you go. Who would you pick as your man in the match then?
Foden, he got the 2 goals, didn't he? I thought that might get him the man of the match, but barring that, I'd probably go for Saka. I thought he was outstanding. He probably should have had a couple of goals, a couple of shots, but apart from that, I thought Saka was my man of the match. But I'd go for Foden. He got the 2 goals. He was good, and he confirmed a comfortable win for England.
Not sure I'd go with Foden, considering all right, apart from the 2 goals in the second half, I think he was a little bit too quiet for me. It's difficult to pinpoint one, as there was quite a lot of contenders in the first half. Probably, like you say, Foden because he scored 2 goals, or Saka because he just kept going for 90 minutes. But it's difficult just to pinpoint one.
I agree. 2 goals, 1 assist as well. So you could probably give it him on merit for that. But I'd go Foden because he got the 2 goals. But I thought Saka was good. I thought Grealish was good. I thought Maguire had a good game. I thought Rice was decent in the middle. I thought Kane was poor, I'll be honest with you. I thought Walker and Kane were the 2 poor players. But they won, didn't they? And that's... what's this for, lads? We finished 3rd now. Do we not go through? No, I think we finished 2nd. But we don't go through, do we, Matt? Because only 1 goes through in the group. But in the group, we do finish 3rd on the end on goal. Oh, hang on. No. I think we do finish 3rd. Because we'll go on top on goal difference. So we'll finish 2nd. Denmark 3rd, Iceland 4th, 15 for Belgium, 6 games, 5 wins. Anyone they lost was England at Wembley. Denmark 2nd, England 3rd, Iceland 4th. Relatively good win for England tonight, but again, too little too late. Any final opinions on the game, Matt?
Very happy with the win. You know, we're just repeating it over and over again, but it's true. I don't know how many times you can kind of say it in a different way. Well done to all the boys. They deserve the win. They deserve to go out and get absolutely rat-arsed and sit in that dentist chair and have whiskey poured down their throat and then, you know, sit at a light with a lighter like Gaza did and the rest of the lads in Euro 96. You was too young. You wouldn't remember, but my God, what them days they was. Bring back Terry Venables as manager, I say.
I thought that's why it was England third. So we did go, could they beat, because we drew and they won. That's fair play. Hello, Gerard. You're right, son. I'll see you Friday. Good game, good win. Any last thoughts then? Good 4-0 win. Again, no game till March now. Do you think it's a good time to finally kickstart the Premier League and the Championship and then reset with England into the new year? Do you think this break will do England good?
Yeah, this is where Southgate's got a bit of breathing room there. He's got a bit of time to relax, and maybe relax might not be the right word, but maybe he can concentrate on club games now to kind of get his squad ready and picked together. Like you say, the next game's not until March, so he's got a good little breathing room to look and see who he wants to bring in and take forward to win us the Euros.
Do you think we can win the Euros?
Anyone can, mate. You know, it's an opportunity that I think we need to give a really good go. We've shown against Belgium that we can play some nice football. It's just unfortunately it went against us on the day. But who knows, mate? We need to have a little bit of luck with us, and we'll see where we can go from there. But yes, I think we can.
I agree. Great win, 4-0, good goals. Thank you for joining us, guys, and thank you, Matt, for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed coming on. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe to this one. Also subscribe to Loudmouth BFC. A load of laughs along the way. Thank you, Matt, for joining me. Appreciate it, and hopefully we'll do this again very soon, mate.
Thank you very much for having me. I do appreciate your time. Thank you for everyone watching. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you later. Thank you for watching. I'll see you Saturday. We've got Plymouth Argyle at home in League One. Make sure to join me for that one. Get your notifications on for when I go live. 2:45 on Saturday, as Fleetwood will hopefully smash the Pilgrims up the Cods and up the Three Lions. What are we going to win, Matt? The World Cup, the Nations League, the Euros. We're going to win it all, aren't we?
No one's going to stop us, mate. They're going to make another win in league in space, and we're going to beat the aliens. That's how fucking good we are.
Unbelievable.
A bit like Space Jam, but for football. We're going to fuck up the aliens. You watch.
Unbelievable. See you Saturday, 2:45, Fleetwood against Plymouth, and we'll be back here in March again for the international. We might have a better co-host on. We might bring Matt back if we're scraping the barrel. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.
Drive safe.